Most people think the Yamaha VMAX is gone for good, just a crazy muscle bike from another era that couldn't survive modern rules. But the moment rumors for 2026 VMAX 1700 comeback started circulating, I realized something interesting. Riders never stopped wanting a bike that makes absolutely no sense on paper, yet feels unforgettable in real life. When I compare today's hyper-nakeds and sport tours to the old VMAX, the difference is personality. Modern bikes are fast, yes, but they're engineered to be efficient, manageable, and balanced. The VMAX never cared about balance. I remember the first time I rode one years ago. The acceleration felt like the bike was trying to outrun its own frame. What surprised me was how raw it felt, almost intimidating, even at half throttle. And here's the mistake most people make. They judge the VMAX by spec sheets. They look at weight, fuel consumption, or practicality and immediately dismiss it. But nobody buys a VMAX to commute. You buy it because every ride feels like an event. That emotional factor is something spec comparisons can't measure. Practical takeaway? If Yamaha brings back the VMAX for 2026, it shouldn't try to compete with modern street fighters. It should stay outrageous, but smarter. Better electronics, safer braking, maybe lighter materials, while keeping that wild V4 character intact. Another thing I've been thinking about is how motorcycle trends have shifted. Adventure bikes dominate now, and manufacturers focus on versatility. But sometimes versatility kills personality. The VMAX was unapologetically specialized. It was built for straight-line drama and nothing else. I compared this idea with bikes like the Ducati Diavel or Triumph Rocket 3. Both are powerful cruisers with modern tech, but they feel polished. The VMAX always felt slightly unhinged. That edge made riders respect it. You didn't just jump on and relax, you paid attention. What surprises me is how many riders today actually miss that feeling. Talk to owners and they don't talk about mileage or comfort. They talk about the first time they twisted the throttle and laughed inside their helmet. A misconception people still have is that muscle bikes are outdated because they're not practical. But look around, most motorcycles aren't bought for practicality anyway. They're bought because they make people feel something. If Yamaha revives the VMAX, one practical move would be modern ride modes and traction control that don't kill the fun. Let riders choose between tame and wild. Keep the bike approachable without removing the personality that made it legendary. Another thing I started thinking about is how the VMAX never tried to follow trends. Sport bikes chased lap times, adventure bikes chased distance, cruisers chased comfort. The VMAX chased adrenaline. That clarity of purpose is rare now. Comparing modern electric motorcycle development to something like the VMAX also raises questions. Electric bikes deliver instant torque, but they lack sound and mechanical drama. Part of VMAX magic was hearing that V4 roar and feeling the vibration through the bars. One misconception people have is thinking speed alone equals excitement. I've ridden bikes faster than the VMAX, but few felt as dramatic. Sometimes the experience matters more than raw numbers. If Yamaha does bring it back, one practical improvement could be adaptive suspension or improved ergonomics so longer rides don't punish the rider. Muscle bikes don't have to be uncomfortable to stay exciting. Another thing I noticed is how nostalgia plays into motorcycle buying decisions now. Bikes that connect with emotion often outsell technically superior machines. The VMAX carries that emotional weight for many riders who grew up seeing it as the ultimate power machine. Still, Yamaha has to be careful. Reviving a legend is risky. If the new model feels watered down, fans will reject it instantly. But if it keeps the fearless attitude while adding modern reliability and safety, it could surprise a lot of people. And honestly, most people miss the biggest point. Bikes like the VMAX exist not to be logical choices, but to remind us why we fell in love with motorcycles in the first place. Freedom, excitement, and a little bit of madness. So when I think about the possible Yamaha VMAX 1700 V4 in 2026, I don't ask whether it will be the fastest or most practical bike. I ask a simpler question. Will it still make riders grin the moment they twist the throttle? Because in the end, motorcycles that stay in memory aren't the sensible ones. They're the ones that felt alive. And if Yamaha can bring that feeling back, even in a modern package, the VMAX legend deserves another run.